I mean, I wrote an article. I mean, you talked about earlier before we recorded about working with op-ed articles. I wrote an op-ed article for the press here in 2009. Now, let me frame this. There's a think tank, for lack of a better word, in Canada called the Fraser Institute that goes around from province to province jurisdiction, and they take the provincial achievement exam results and publish these annual school report cards. It's a comparative analysis based on provincial achievement exams, and it ranks these schools in order. And I think and the newspapers devote an incredible number of pages to this, and I think it's a scam. So I wrote the rebuttal article in 2009. It was called The Irrelevant A+. Anyways, I put in it, I said anybody who sees provincial or state achievement exams as the indicator of educational quality deserves an F on their report card. Then at the end, I said, I upgraded it. I said, perhaps that's too harsh an assessment. They maybe deserve an F+ because they fail well. So I think failing well. See, in a vertical, we're in a culture with a vertical hierarchy. And then on this graphic right here, that's from the book, right? Factors limiting creative development. The fact that we're in students spend most of the time in cultures where outcome is known, where there's early closure and idea generation, extrinsic motivation, vertical comparisons. Who do we validate? The people at the very top of the pyramid, right? So where an experiment is a mistake, not an experiment. I have to laugh. The chaos pilots, I know what failure is at the chaos pilots? A design or something that doesn't work. You know what you do with it? You redesign it. You do something else. You don't give them an F on a report card. You just go, okay, this doesn't work. So and we have hyper competition, time constraints, hyper consumption, teaching for assessment, dissociation, emotional detachment. Oh, that's rampant. A lot of these schools in this book came about to deal with dissociation, with disengagement. Well, how do students get disengaged in the first place? So what do they come back to? And some of these school designs to design thinking and creative practice, right? To re-engage students. So back to play. Hey, there's Howard Gardner's old stuff on U-shaped relationship between preschoolers and mature creative producers. There's a lot of commonalities between preschoolers and mature creative producers. They experiment freely, they hypothesize, and blah, 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 go on and on and on. And there's certainly a lot of validity to that. But how do we socialize and re-educate or bring people back into that is our educational challenge for the professional culture.
Right, and it sounds like you're giving it a good shot with what you're doing to trying to teach those teachers.
Well, I did. It's fun and it's an experiment. I tell my students, hey, this is an experiment. We're in a prototype right now. So I love the idea of living what we're talking about with them. And then they appreciate it. And they know they're part of this organic thing. And I've got another cohort starting, and it's another experiment, and we're revising it a bit and all that kind of stuff. And I was invited as a visiting scholar to another Canadian university in the summer. I experimented there with some new stuff. And that's what it's about. So that's what it's about. Nobody's indispensable. We're all fallible. Okay, we're human. But to be free to experiment and play, what a great thing.